Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you doing? This is Sean Lee, and I'm coming on to talk about the Rock That Conference, the Rock That Photography Conference and Trade Show 2019. I want to give you all a few details, if I can, right? I just want to talk about it a little bit. I know that you all have seen the graphic with all of the speakers on it, and that is actually on here, and I want to go through that a little bit, as well as I just want to talk about a few of the things that makes us, I think, a little different and innovative and relevant, right? And so just want to talk about that, inform you all, right? Go get your tickets, right? rockthatconference.com. The conference is July 25th through the 27th, and it's at the Suburban Showplace, the Suburban Collection Showplace in Novi, Michigan, which is an amazing space in the suburb of Detroit, Michigan, right? What makes us really cool is that the Rock That Conference is a part of MAPP, which is the Multicultural Association of Professional Photographers, and we are the only national affiliate of the PPA that's geared towards diversity, right? And so that's a big deal. PPA has 30,000 plus members in 54 countries, and our affiliate is built around diversity, and we are a national affiliate, and we are the only affiliate that carries that status, that does the work that we do, right? That is really cool. We are really built around people, and we are community driven, right? And so that is what we do. We're built around education for very new photographers, and photographers who just want to learn and be a part of a community and grow together, right? So, Money, that's what makes us cool. This year at the Rock That Photography Conference, we have an amazing lineup of influencers, right? Speakers, people who are coming to the table. And I just want to, if I can, kind of go through everyone briefly and introduce who they are. One thing that you will know that I think makes our conference unique is that it is very important to me that our photographers, especially a lot of new photographers, have a great experience. So me coming up, I bumped my head on a lot of walls. I didn't have a lot of people to invest in me or guide me the right kind of way. So I make it a point to curate the education that we get. And I know every single person. I have a relationship with every single person who is presenting or speaking. That personally is very important to me, because not only do I want to get you guys education and photography education, I want to get it to you from solid people, right? That is extremely important to me, that I get you education and insight from people who are not just good at what they do at photography, but are also good at business and have been in the game for a very, very, very long time, and have experienced the ebbs and flows of business and make a lot of money doing what they do, and have great wisdom and great insight in doing what they do. What makes that also unique is that the people that are speaking at the conference perform at a very high level, but we are very diverse, right? And so when you have a diverse amount of learning, you get a lot of different perspectives, which broadens your learning. And so that is extremely important, and I think what helps to make us successful. So listen, I'm going to go through the pictures as you see them on the flyer, and this is just our flyer for influencers, but we got Hanson Fong. I don't know if you guys know it, but I am Hanson Fong. I call him Yoda, right? Hanson Fong is like the Yoda of the photography industry, right? And we play around a lot, and I'd be like, posing I will do, right? That's Hanson Fong. He is a master photographer. He is a master at posing. So most photos that you see from professional photographers will be photos of models and people who look good. He is a master at posing anybody and making them look good. Anybody, I don't care how small, how big they are, he puts them together in different combinations, from one person to two people to 30 people. He has this way of posing that is amazing and very fast in real life work situations, right? Master at lighting. And so Hanson is very funny. Very cool, and I want to make him a part of the Rock That Photography Conference and Trade Show family, because I believe we need to bridge that gap between young and old, and that's something that I'm actually looking to do, right? So I want to bridge that gap, and so that you guys get a chance to experience somebody like Hanson. As you all know, Ralph Romagera is a great friend. He's a godfather to our organization, and helped us get over, and helped us found it, and came and spoke and all of that stuff. And so we value those guys, because they bring a great deal of knowledge to the table. And so Hanson is a famous photographer who's agreed to come to the Rock That Photography Conference and Trade Show. Money, I'm giddy like a little kid. We got Audrey Willard, right? And some of you all may not know, but Audrey Willard has to be the only African-American woman speaking on world stages right now. Right. And so she's been in the industry for 16 years, and she has paid a lot of dues. Audrey is extremely good at what she does. She's a master at what she does. She's a Nikon ambassador. Right. She speaks on the Nikon stage. She's also sponsored by Profoto. And this woman is absolutely amazing, all while raising a family, all while being an African-American woman in the industry, is at the very top of her game as an African-American woman, right? And so these people I'm bringing to you guys, these folk make money and are very good at what they do and are well known. So I want you all to know that. That was very important to me, while keeping the barrier of entry extremely low. All right, I want you to know that. Terry White. What can I say about Terry White? I'm not going to tell, well, maybe I'll tell the story again. But I'll just keep it really fast. Terry White is one of the reasons that I stuck in the game, in the photography game. I saw him at Photoshop World. He was on the stage, and he was commanding a room of, 800, 1,000 people, right? And he was a black man. He looked like me, right? And so that kept me going. And, when you see people who look like you on the stage, money, money. It was huge for me. It kept me going, and so I honor him. He's been a great support of MAPP, right, and has been there every single year that we have done a conference, and has given himself to what we're doing. And so I honor that dude. He is the worldwide design and photography evangelist for Adobe, right? For Adobe, and he's from Detroit. Money Rock That. Jen Lewis, great friend of MAPP. She came and spoke for us. She's speaking again this year. Jen is a master at IPS, in-person sales. She makes a great deal of money, and she started out as a shoot and burn photographer. Jen now has a $4,000 average per high school senior, right? And so she's going to come to us and teach us how she innovated that, and how she worked that out, and how she went from making very little to no money to now making a great deal of money. Right, and that's Jen Lewis, my homegirl, right? Rock That. She's from North Carolina, so she country, but I love her. Bring the pain. We got Jeff Rojas. Jeff Rojas is, what can I say about these folks? Jeff Rojas is out of New York, right? Fashion photographer. This dude is dope. He's written 4 books, and one is on how to pose men, right? So Jeff is really, really cool. A wealth of knowledge, right? A super, super, super talented and successful photographer. And I had a chance to hang out with him at WPPI, and we had a chance to kick it and get to know each other a little bit better. And I love Jeff. Jeff is Puerto Rican, right? And so Jeff's demeanor is very cool, right? Folk like to call him Jeff's white. No, Jeff is Puerto Rican to his heart. He is one of the coolest dudes that you will ever meet, right? And he is at the Rock That Photography Conference, and is really invested in the work that we are doing, really believes in it, and gives himself to it, right? The next young lady is Piper Carter. Listen, money. I don't know if y'all know Piper Carter. Pipe is from Detroit. Piper is my home girl. Piper was on the reality show The Shot with Tyra Banks some years ago, and Piper is sort of like a hip-hop activist now, but Pipe has an amazing story. One of the things that I'm going let me talk about it now, since we're talking about Piper and how amazing she is. A great deal of our supporters of the Rock That Conference and of MAPP are women, right? And a lot of women that I talk to, they have the issues that they have is that they don't believe that they can do it, right? And they hit walls, right? And they really don't speak about it or say anything, and they've gotten used to an ism, and so they don't really say things about it. And so we're going to have an all women's panel to encourage our women who are trying to grow in photography. All of our women, so all of the women that you see that are speaking, all of them will be on a panel. And Pipe's story is so amazing about what she went through to perform at a high level in photography. Money, I cannot say enough about this woman and who she is, and how authentic she is, and the things that she has accomplished. And she right here in my hometown of Detroit, Michigan. We got some high performing folk here, and so Piper Carter. Y'all gotta look Piper Carter up. Amazing. All right, rock that. Tracy Page, who is an entertainment photographer out of Georgia. Her stuff is so hot, and she's taking photos of stars and everything, and she's just growing and growing and growing, and she is Zeiss sponsored, and Tracy is amazing. She is also a great friend and family member to MAPP, right? And so let me tell you all something. Everybody who is speaking here, has a heart for the work that we are doing, right? And they really have heard the message and are passionate about it, and give themselves, at these conferences, right? At the Rock That conference. And so Tracy, homegirl out of Georgia, right? She's going to be on the main stage talking. We got Kesha Lambert. Kesha's beast mode. Kesha is a full-time photographer, but she's also an attorney out of New York. Full-time photographer, attorney out of New York. She got some of the hottest wedding stuff that you will see. Money just out cold. Listen, let me tell you all something. We are going to be live streaming with every speaker from now leading up to the conference. We will be live streaming with every single speaker from now leading up to the conference. Right? This is going to be the hottest stuff on the planet. We got Karen and Regis Bethencourt, right? They stuff is so dope. They've been featured on CNN and mentioned by people like Oprah. They got some of the hottest portraits with like afros and textures. Some most colorful, brilliant, well-executed portraits that you will ever see. Just money. I can't tell you how amazing this stuff is, right? George Mitchell, my homeboy, he is also from Detroit. He is one of the most talented product and food photographers that you will meet. He's going to be doing some live demos, right? With food and with product. Money. Y'all ain't ready. Hottest stuff on the planet. We got my homeboy Mike South, right? Mike is co-VP of the Multicultural Association of Professional Photographers. We call Mike the scientist. We call him the scientist, right? Mike is brilliant at workflow, right? And computer systems, right? And knowing everything that you need to know in order to execute things the right way. Mike is going to be doing a class on workflow. What that kind of stuff means, how you should be shooting, right? Settings your camera should be at, just default things that you need to do by default in order to be successful in photography before you even start shooting, right? He's going to talk about everything from computer systems to hard drives to backup systems, right? All of that stuff. Mike is brilliant with, unbelievable teacher, and he is actually our CPP training mentor. Mike is certified. He's a certified professional photographer. He is our CPP mentor, and guys, we are giving the CPP test at the Rock That conference. Money, y'all ain't ready. All right. Next lady up, Jenny Risher. Jenny Risher is so dope. Asian American. She's also here from Detroit. I told y'all we got some of the dopest talent in Detroit. Money, you all are not even ready. Jenny had an exhibit at the Detroit Institute of Arts called Deciphered, with probably some of every rap star that you can think of, right, on exhibit. And so she has a book and has that exhibit, and just is an amazing photographer, right? She's also going to be on that woman's panel. She's going to be on that women's panel talking about her experience, and they all have unique experiences about about coming through this game of photography and what it means to them, right? And hopefully what that does is it encourages some other women to go ahead and do what you got to do and get over that hump, right? We got Robin Robinson. Robin Robinson is my homegirl. She's been supporting ever since the beginning, right? She is full of energy. She's almost like my counterpart, Money. Robin is dope. Her photography is dope. My wife loves Robin, right? My wife's been loving Robin's work since the very beginning, and we've been knowing Robin for some years now, right? And so Robin is going to be the moderator of that women's panel. She is perfect for that role. Great energy, beautiful lady, talented photographer, Money, dopest on the planet. Y'all ain't even ready. And I know, listen, I'm going through all of them, right? So give me some time because I want to introduce these people to you all, right? Listen here. We got Andrew Funderburg, right? And people are like, Andrew Funderburg. Andrew Funderburg is the owner of Fundy Software, right? It is a cutting edge software that allows photographers to be able to create and design printed material and albums and things like that. It is an amazing software that absolutely I think has innovated the industry, right? It has taken things to the next level in the industry. Andrew is really passionate about printing. And so he has this story about how he found prints of his family, right, and traced the roots back to other countries, right? And so he has a very unique story. He's passionate about photography, passionate about people, passionate about printing, and he's going to present that to you all, right? And so that's one of the reasons that Andrew is coming. He is a great, great, great friend of the Multicultural Association of Professional Photographers, and Fundy Software and Andrew have supported us since Money the very beginning, right? Money rocked that. We got Victoria Pavlov. Listen, this woman is such a talented artist. She is Russian, and I've heard the story from her of how when she came here and spoke very little English, right? The things that she had to go through, right? And the isms and the racism that she encountered, right? And one thing that's common amongst these women is that they are where they are because they didn't stop. In spite of the things that they encountered, they didn't let that stop them, where a lot of people do. And so I have a great respect for Victoria. She is an ultra super talented artist. She is a Photoshop master, and she is a Kelby One instructor for Kelby One, right? And so Victoria is dope. Victoria is going to be on that panel, and I look forward to you all hearing her story and what she is all about, right? Money, y'all not ready. Hottest stuff on the planet, yo. Hottest stuff on the planet. The next guy, Carl Jones II. Let me tell you all something. Also, another Detroit photographer. Let me tell you about Carl. Carl's stuff is so dope. I can't. Listen, Carl is, let me tell you all something. Carl is an official photographer for the Detroit Lions. So I'm gonna let me put that out there first. So every single person that we have on our lineup is ultra qualified. I need to say that. They're not just qualified. They're not people that we just decided to have come and speak. These people are ultra, unbelievably qualified, right? Just over the top qualified, paid their dues, money making, been in the industry for years, bring the pain, kind of, if you gonna learn something, you gonna learn it here, Money. And so Carl is an official Detroit Lions photographer. But let me also tell you about Carl. He just goes hard in the paint. He decided he wanted to do sports photography, and Carl took the game to the next level. Just took it to the next level, and now shoots for the NFL Detroit Lions, right? But here's the other thing. Before Carl shot for the Detroit Lions, Carl has some of the hottest automotive photography that you will see. He has studied it. He is really good at it. And so what Carl is going to do is he's going to lead a live shooting demo with a name brand, high class automotive vehicle with a model. So he'll teach how to shoot a vehicle, right? Engaging a model in a commercial type setting, right? So that's what Carl is going to, money. If y'all ain't even ready. Y'all ain't even ready, right? Rock that. Here, check this out. These next two gentlemen, right? Troy Schroeder, Matt Myers, they are part of our social give back, right? Presentation, our team, right? Troy Schroeder is our director of outreach. And so last year, Troy led the effort for us feeding the homeless and giving back and partnering with the Neighborhood Service Organization, which is an organization that does an exceptional job at taking care of our homeless population here in Detroit. And so we fed the residents of the NSO Bell building, about 160 residents. We had food catered in, and we did 200 care packs for the NSO Bell building and the Tumani Crisis Center, right, of the NSO. And so Troy is again going to lead that effort because as a conference, we do social give back. And so Troy is going to lead that effort again. He's going to lead outreach for us. He is an amazing man who, on his own, and the reason we got Troy doing it is because on his own, Troy loves people, right? And so we are kindred spirit, great heart. Troy absolutely loves people. And so we are like-minded in that respect. And so when I asked him, I said, Troy, would you help us? He said, absolutely. Anything that gives back to people. And he has a great heart for those who have been homeless and are homeless and are going through transition. And so we're going to do that again this year. Right. And Troy is on PPA Council. He is the chairperson of Speaker Selection Committee for Imaging USA. I am his co-chair. Right. And so it's a great honor knowing that dude and knowing his heart. Right. And what the industry means to him. Right. There's no better person to have a part of what we are doing. Rock that. Matt Myers. Matt Myers is an amazing dude. He travels this whole country going from conference to conference, and he runs an organization called So Many Angels. And Matt Myers, So Many Angels organization, they take photos of kids with cancer. And we have artists transform those kids into superheroes. And Miller's Lab sponsors them and puts them on canvases, right? Profoto also provides the lighting, right? For them, and we put these kids on canvases and we present them to the family. So these kids with cancer, transform them into superheroes, right? Or sports icons or princesses, right? Whatever it is they want to be when they grow up, the artists transform them into that, and then Matt has them printed on canvases, right, by Miller's Lab, and then we present them to those families. It is, when we do that, we do it typically at our closing party, and there's not a dry eye in the place. And let me tell you this story we recently did. At last year's conference, we did a young boy, and he was Iron Man, and he was doing well, and his cancer was in remission, and then right before Christmas, or right around Christmas, he passed away, right, unexpectedly. And the parents were so glad that they had that canvas of him as a superhero, as Iron Man, as overcoming, right? And so that work, that social give back, that impact on people, right, that investment in people and families, it's just important. It is who we are. It is what we are about. Right? And so I want to say this to you guys because it's extremely important that we are a photography conference, right? And in being a photography conference, I have made it a point to bring you the best of the absolute best, right, of talent. Not only that, right, I have a personal relationship with them, and we discuss what we're going to present to you all. We discuss how that looks and how it'll be received, right? Because it's important to us that we make sure we give you quality education. But not only do we bring you the best of the best, right? In being a photography conference, we are people driven. And so we just care. It's important for us to care about people. period. Right? Rock that. Marco Antonio Henry. Right? And so Marco is going to be a part of the panel. Marco's been in the industry for years. He is from Detroit, and he's Panamanian, right? And I love his insight. He has such a wisdom to him. And Marco would tell you, listen, Sean, I don't want to be a part of nothing. I ain't trying to be in the limelight. I don't want to be seen. But Marco said this. He said, listen, if you bold enough to step out here, Sean, and serve people, he said, and I'm bold enough to give myself to it. And so I appreciate his wisdom and his mentorship in the industry. There are a lot of people who have been mentoring people of color here without asking for anything in return. And that is Marco, right? He is a great friend to the work that we do. And I am so appreciative of him and who he is and what he brings to the table. Y'all, listen, one person not pictured here is Terrell Lloyd. Right now, Terrell has training camp. Right? Terrell has training camp. He is the head photographer for the San Francisco 49ers. Right? Black man who is head photographer for San Francisco. Just dopest stuff on the planet. Love Terrell. Terrell gives like crazy. Terrell be up to 2, 3 in the morning with photographers talking shop talk. Right? Encouraging them to keep going. All right? That's Terrell. He loves what we do. He loves the organization. He is a great friend to us. So here's what we want to do. I told Terrell, I said, listen, dude, I still need you a part. So we're going to have Terrell live stream in. We're going to video conference in Terrell for the Masters panel. So we do a Masters panel where everybody who is an influencer at the Rock That Photography Conference, we do a panel where people who are attending the conference get a chance to ask questions, and we have our masters answer those questions. And so we're going to live video conference in Terrell Money. So he ain't listed here on the speakers, and that's the reason why, because he has to be at training camp, but we're going to live stream Terrell in, so his presence will still be at the Rock That Photography Conference. Money, y'all ain't ready. All right. Real quick before I give it up, because I know I've been bleeding you all's ears, because I can talk. I want to talk about what it is that we are, and how that goes. We're a 3-day high-level conference, right? One of the things that makes us different is that we are high-level talent with very low barrier of entry. So listen to me real good. Right now, the conference is not even right now. The conference is $199, but now until next Sunday, so the 24th at 11:59 p.m., the conference will be $149. That's early bird special. We reopened it for you. Okay, you got until next Sunday, 11:59 p.m. Go to rockthatconference.com. You can buy tickets there. $149. We're giving you 3 days of high-level photography instruction, opening reception, closing party, right? Time with photographers, photo walks, photo bays, live shooting demos, motor coaches, right? All of these partnerships, free trade show. We ain't even got in the trade show. I'm going to do another live stream just on the trade show, Money. Our title sponsor is Miller's Professional Imaging, and we thank them again for being title sponsor to this great event. They believed in us from the beginning and have supported us from the very beginning of us doing and starting this work about 4 years ago, right? Listen, we bring high-level talent, great experience. We cut no shorts, right? We don't half step anything, and we bring you in at a very low barrier of entry. The only way we can continue to do that is if we get you all support. Right? In order for us to serve you all at a high level and continue to bring in high level speakers, is that we need you all to support this. Right? We really do. And that's an honest thing. We are a nonprofit organization. We are not driven for profit. We are not driven for profit. This is essentially to invest in the photographer. That is why we do this. It is to invest in the photographer. Rock that. Live shooting demos, guys, photo walks like motor coaches. So we have motor coaches that will pick us up at the hotel early Saturday morning and will take us downtown Detroit, where all of our speakers who will be over photo walks, will lead photo walks in different directions downtown Detroit. It is some of the hottest stuff you will ever see. Opening reception by the Professional Photographers of America, right? We typically have a reception by Miller's Lab. We have our closing party, right, which has been in the past at Dave & Buster's. We will be at the venue, which will be the Suburban Collection Showplace, right? We'll be there at the venue with our closing banquet. All right, money, hottest stuff on the planet. Free trade show, right? And so, guys, we have some of the hottest vendors on the planet. We'll be introducing you to our vendors, all right? And so we'll be doing live streams. So I want you all to understand, we're going to do live streams with every speaker, as well as we're going to do live streams with every vendor, okay? What I want you to know that makes us different is that it's also a curated experience. And so I'm not into just having people speak for the sake of speaking. It's important for me to have a relationship with every speaker and curate the experience and what people get, because I want to make sure that you all get quality, right? Which is why we work extremely hard to bring quality to the table. All right. I need you all to know that. I got free trade show in here twice. It must be really important, right? Rock that. The women's panel, right? I mentioned that earlier. Guys, that is going to be an amazing experience. Women, we want to encourage you. We want to invest in you. Women are some of our biggest supporters, and so we want to invest in women, right? And so I think that you guys can glean and learn a lot from the women that we just have as a part of our influencers and that who are speakers as a part of the Rock That Photography Conference and Trade Show. And then we will also have a master's panel. What does that mean? That means every speaker who is a part of the Rock That Photography Conference, who's available, we will have a panel where you will be able to ask them questions and learn from every single one of them. The questions you want to ask, not the questions that we want you, or the answers that we want you to have. The questions that you want to ask. All right? With that being said, guys, I certainly appreciate you all. Thank you, right, for listening in. I know this is a long one. It's about 30 minutes, right? But if you need to learn a little bit more about the speakers and want to hear my take on them, right, send this to somebody, right, and fast forward on through. Cool? Rock that. I love y'all. Deuces, yo. Peace. We out. Money.